Me?
D. Walton.
See, we need that. I need to have that. Hold on, I can't
All
put it
right,
on now.
we are live. All right.
Good, great Monday afternoon, guys. Welcome to another episode of Mind Your Business Monday. I'm your host, Travis.
And I'm Arletha.
And as always, Mind Your Business Monday is brought to you by On Point Alliance. Here at On Point Alliance, we provide identity-related solutions with fingerprinting and background screenings being our primary services. To learn more, just go to our website, www.onpointalliance.com.
So we want you to tackle the week like a boss here with us on Mind Your Business Monday, your compass for entrepreneurial growth. So you want to level up your skills by learning from entrepreneurs who have walked in your shoes and want to share their wisdom with you in both personal and professional leadership development. So whether you just starting out or you're already established, this is a compass that will guide you towards success. So if you like how that sounds, go ahead and follow us on all of our social media platforms. So, and don't forget to turn on the notification bell. And somebody got to turn off their phone up in this piece.
Travis, turn on your do not disturb.
Okay. How about that part?
I thought I had already done it. I thought I had done it.
Okay.
But I had not done it.
So, guys, we apologize for our late start. It's good and bad. So, we've been so prepared, as you guys have been seeing on social media. We've been like really rocking it out. We got hit, our guest, Shelyna Tinglin. She got hit with a major emergency, and we just want her to take care of what she needs to take care of. And she's going to be on another time. However, one of her proteges and Jay, our videographer back here, he's trying to get stuff together and making all this noise. These brand new microphones, as y'all see, and it's picking up everything. Okay. So y'all, please forgive us because we got like a whole room full of new, like it's like new mics, new this, new that. I don't even know what this stuff is called. And yeah,
I need some new glasses.
Yes. And so we were like 100% prepared and
we are prepared.
Yes.
We're just making adjustments.
Yes, we are.
Hey, Natasha, how are you?
Hey, Taj.
Thanks for joining in.
Yes. So this is part of the growing pains, and we've learned a lot and figured out some things that we didn't know prior to today.
Hopefully you guys can all hear us really well.
Can y'all hear us good?
Let us know if you can't, and we will.
Yeah, because I kind of like these new mics. They kind of fly.
We'll continue to make the adjustments. So we're still going to be talking about
what they didn't tell you in real estate
school. And guess what? We have not been to real estate school, so we don't know what to tell y'all. That's the reason why we got to have guests on to tell y'all what they didn't tell them in real estate school, so they can share with y'all what didn't nobody tell them about real estate school.
So,
and we all just gonna learn together.
Absolutely. So, Shelyna is a coach, and one of her colleagues is coming to share. And her name is D. Walton. Mm-hmm. She's en route.
She's on her way to the studio.
She's on her way here to us because we tried to do virtual, and that was a bust because we bought extra mics and was paired for 3 people to be in the studio. We had it all figured out, drew out how the room's gonna be and all that good jazz.
And we still gonna have 3 people in the studio because she's on her way.
Yes. So she's on her way, and Shelyna, she actually has a book on Amazon called What They Didn't Tell You in Real Estate School, and D. Walton is actually mentioned in the book. So go to Amazon and look up their book, What They Didn't Tell You in Real Estate School.
I want to start off too by saying I'm thanking God for his healing power, because
oh my goodness,
I had to purchase 2 pair of glasses some months ago, and I needed a pair of glasses to be able to see afar off. Okay, I didn't put the glasses on now to see afar off, and I see better with the glasses off than I do with them on. So the Lord must be touching. All right, so I'm gonna just let these lay here. Y'all give God praise for my eyes.
I
Coming
looked
back.
at my feet and my feet looked new. Looked out the window and my eyes did too.
She joking, but I love the Lord.
So y'all, let me ask y'all this. Hey, Shelyna. And then after she just went through a tsunami, she coming out dripping wet. Y'all still need me to come on the show. I'll come, girl. Go dry off. Catch your breath. It's okay. We gonna be all right. We gonna be all right.
Yeah.
Hey. All right.
He gonna
So
touch.
we got this. We got this. So and she was prepared. Like literally, we had everything in place. So y'all forgive us, work with us, and we promise we gonna get y'all the tea like we promised. Okay. So first thing I want to ask, because these mics are new, can y'all hear a difference in the mic?
Sound guys say they hearing us. They say we sound great.
And what about visually? Because we're using a different camera. Does the camera look any better? Girl, I was ready. I know she was one exit away from the office before this emergency hit.
Come on now, give Shelyna a hand for dedication.
And listen, those that know how to pray in the spirit, y'all just pray for Shelyna. And the Lord knows exactly what she needs and
This
what's going on. So y'all, those that pray in the spirit, okay. Not them little dusty prayers, but the prayers that reach heaven.
That means you ain't got to know what's going on. You ain't got to know nothing.
Yes.
Because he knows.
Just cover her and
everything.
we standing with you. And we believe in God for you and with you. And we hear you know it's just a matter of a phone call letting us know. Okay. So thank you for even being willing to try to push through all of that. Okay. So y'all say yeah, now no, you don't want no dusty prayers. Them prayers that they praying a mess. How is the camera?
They already is on the screen now. Visual is great as well.
Can y'all tell a difference this week from last week? Because the only way we know is y'all tell us. And we trying to give D time to gear. So, yeah, we're gonna talk about yeah, we got something special for y'all that we was gonna do at the end, but we're gonna do at the beginning now. But I do want to know about the camera. Can you tell a difference? Because I can hear a difference in the mics. Can y'all tell so y'all can think about it and get your eyesight together and then let us know. So moving right along, sharper camera. Okay, thanks, Rabia. All right, so
I try to be sharp.
So we actually, guys, have a big announcement. I have a video that we want you guys to watch. We was gonna present it like in this real grand way, but hey, y'all family, we just gonna play the video. We have a huge announcement to make, so I hope y'all enjoy this video. All right, here we go. Look, this new too, so I'm trying to make this all work. I don't know how to do it.
Do what?
All right, guys, did y'all enjoy that video?
Bring us back in.
Okay, hold on, y'all.
So I,
Is this thing on?
you can do it too, Pastor. No, I ain't. I didn't have
Okay.
it over here for some reason.
There we go. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. So we have dropped our merchandise. So we have everything from apparel. Can y'all hear us? Hold on. Hold on. Wait a minute. What's happened? What do I need
Why
to
is
do?
it still up there?
I don't know. Oh, wait a minute. I know what to do.
Remove it.
Here we go. Boom. Yeah, this was one of those features we just learned today. How to do it. Because if y'all noticed prior to today, whenever we wanted to show y'all something, it covered us up. Well, we figured out how to make us be on the side. So we didn't get, yeah. So
She figured it out because she wanted us to be on the side.
a surprise. Yeah. So we have our new merchandise out. This is really our soft launch. November 1st is going to be our full-fledged launch. Okay. But we wanted to get something out there. And so we have, these are the game changer style. So it's game changer style collection. We also have game changer by definition. That was the one that y'all been sending me where they actually have the definition of what game changer is. And then for the month of October, we have a surviving game changer with purpose. So that's the one that had the breast cancer sign on it. So when you go to the store, you will be able to purchase those as well. So I hope you guys like it. We're going to have everything from apparel to household items, blankets, mugs, tumblers, bags, shower curtains, the whole set, the floor mats, everything. Okay, so we had to, want to start somewhere and first just get the t-shirts out to you all. And oh yeah, we have notebooks as well.
Gonna be like Shirley Caesar. Beans, greens, potatoes, tomatoes, hams, rams, books. You name it. You name it. You got everything.
So
you name it.
Okay, would you stop?
What?
I'm not talking because you're gonna keep on doing.
No, I ain't.
Stop.
You name it. What? It was on there. We got books, shirts, potatoes, tomatoes, shower curtains, rugs, hams, rams. You name it.
I worked really hard to make sure we had everything.
I got that.
I'm serious. Like, you got serious. I ain't gonna call off what else you got because you got everything. Okay. Everything. So go over to the store and get you some merchandise. The first 10 people that purchase an item, we're gonna email you a discount. I'm thinking about giving you guys a mouse pad out of our collection. Or we'll see. I want to do a poll. I want you guys involved in what you feel is important to you. I don't want to just start distributing things. I want to be intentional. And so we're going to do discounts where it may be 40% off. You may just get a free gift, period. So at the time, we'll make the decision. But the first 10 people going to get something special from me. So go over and get your merch.
We're excited about it. She worked so diligently.
I really did.
And putting these things together.
I really did.
And we're very proud of y'all. So, like that. Game changer. I'm a game changer. I was trying to get her to, guys, to get Arletha to allow me to sample Smokey Robinson's 2020 hit, Gang Banging.
No.
I don't think she no. Jay, do you remember that song Smokey put out? Gang banging, gang banging, gang banging.
No, Travis.
Gang banging. I'm just gonna change that. It's game changers. Game changers.
We don't own rights to this music.
Game changers.
And y'all listen, the song is so bad, it's catchy. It's catchy. And like I'll be working at the computer and start singing. Okay.
And You gotta do that shake on the end.
So, see, now if I had my harmonica, it'd be a whole
Game banging. Oh no, I'm sorry. Game changers. Game changers. What y'all think about that? Don't tell me for real.
So, guys, we not just stalling. D. Walton is filling in for Shelyna, and she was willing to get dressed and come into the studio. She lives very close, and so she is en route.
First of
here.
all, don't say we ain't just stalling because I'm singing. They be waiting for me to sing. What you talking about?
You don't never.
We not just stalling. No, I'm trying to show what the thing I could have murdered a hit.
Sing something good.
That was good.
So anyway, do y'all have any questions for us? Ask us some questions because her ETA was 20 minutes. So giving her an extra 5, just to get here safely. Y'all want to ask us some questions? What were you looking forward to about this discussion? And share something in the past format that you've done last week.
Thank you, Variable Professional Solutions. God bless you as well. God bless you. I love you. I love when people be appreciative.
So share something that you implemented the past format in accomplishing last week. And if you didn't do that, what are you looking forward to today?
I would like to take this time to thank Natasha for the stars.
Oh,
thank you for sending stars. Yeah.
Oh,
he got stars.
I don't even know what that means, but thank you. So that means we can get monetized.
I don't know what that means. I don't know what it means.
Oh.
Okay, that's cool.
Oh, well, thank you. We got our first star. We got to screenshot this. Hold on. Wait a minute.
Make sure my hair right.
Okay.
You got it? Okay.
That's special. Thank you, Natasha.
That was special.
Yeah. Look, give us some stars so we can get some of our money back for buying this stuff.
I thought you would say so we get us something to eat.
So we can get our money back for buying all the mics and stuff so we can have a quality show.
I'm just really blessed by this.
By what?
That message right there.
You blessed by that?
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
she said, God bless me.
Okay. I think Travis is a star. So anybody accomplish anything last week? Come on, y'all.
So because that's what this is all about.
Mm-hmm.
The whole concept of not only just being game changers, but you guys know where Mind Your Business Monday came from was about people, you taking the initiative to mind your business, do the things that you're supposed to do, mind the business that pays you. Basically, because there are some people. I mean, the world is full of people that's making money minding other people's business, but they making their money off of people that's not doing anything, listening to them for hours talk about somebody else's business. So, like, why sit there and don't mind your own business and mind the business is gonna get you paid? So this is all about making a move, being a game changer, making some things happen for yourself. You know what I mean? Being productive and then being successful. That's the reason why we're showing up here every week, so we can bring in entrepreneurs to share information with you, because some of you guys want to start a business, don't know how to start. Some of you guys have started a business. You need some help. You need some motivation. You need some ideas. That's why we're going to bring in the guests that knows that, the entrepreneurs that don't mind sharing their wisdom with us. So that we can make some better decisions to get us able. Let's see what some of these comments are saying. Y'all are welcome. I think the stars make you money to make more content. I'm not sure how it works.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it. Well, I got to say, thank you for the 50 stars.
Thank you for your
That's
stars.
What they be saying.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you for the 50 stars, Natasha.
Let's see what About your
I was
sis.
able to implement the past method in my personal and business life. How? What's something specific you've done? So while Rabaya is thinking about what she can share, because I personally know she's been getting busy. I want to say something to you all. I'm gonna share a graphic. And Travis, take that message off for me,
Which one?
please. The
Oh,
whatever, yeah.
mm,
Some of you all are afraid. You want to come on the show, but you're afraid to come on the show. You feel like you don't have enough experience. You're not qualified to come on. Who gonna want to hear you? Or
mm. Always get it. Always get it.
the chair him because he yeah.
You ain't got to put people in my business. Just go
Well,
ahead and talk to
you
the people.
said it. So you measure yourself by other people. Now, when you talk to people one on one, you know that you have something to say. But just, I used to hate being in front of the camera. I had to. You hear me say used to because I'm making myself be comfortable in front of the camera. For you go, oh, Shelyna, thank you for
Thank you,
supporting.
Shelyna.
I used to be uncomfortable being in front of the camera. I didn't like how I talked. I didn't my weight. It was so many different things, and I was very insecure about some things. But hey, after I started embracing who I am, how I talk, this is me. And when you have people giving testimonies, well, when let me keep this in proper context. When I have people telling me how I changed their lives, how they were going to counselors and therapists, and that I'm helping them more than the help they are receiving from professional people, not to take credit or glory from God, but that just lets me know be comfortable in who I am. And I worked on and lost 40 pounds because I worked on my
Amen.
mental health. I started to set boundaries and put some things in place for me. And this is part of this next season of my life, Mind Your Business Monday. So I have to be comfortable being in front of the camera. So I want to encourage you all, don't allow fear to stop you, because a lot of us feel like we don't have support. A lot of us feel like people don't, it's horrible when you post something, nobody comment on it, or they'll, I don't know why they say congratulations when you asking them to share the post, and they talking about congratulations. It's like, I don't need you to congratulate me. Share or buy something. Goodness,
Like it.
Or it just be weird. And so I'm giving an invitation that it doesn't matter who's who, because some of you all are frustrated because the circle you're in, if you're not a certain status or caliber or important enough, you feel overlooked. Well, I'm giving you an opportunity to share your business, to be heard, to be supported, and to be valued. Okay, so if anybody listening and you are experiencing that, and you say after today, I don't have anybody to support me, because this community, Mind Your Business Monday community, is here to support you, and you're not accepting or receiving the support because you're afraid. Don't allow yourself to talk you out of, because all the pieces not together and all the dots. You want to call yeah, here, I'm gonna give you her number. We finna check on Miss D to make sure she's all right.
I think she's probably outside squirrel.
Okay, here you go. Here you go. And guys, you can hit talk, but he's going to let her in the building. Yeah, don't because you don't have all your ducks in a row. Hold on, Jay, so you can get back in. So you don't have all your ducks in a row. So what? It doesn't have to be perfect. Sometimes as entrepreneurs, we talked about this once, that if it's not perfect, we use that as an excuse to not do certain things. I'm encouraging you, don't feel like you disqualified because you don't have all the resources or all the things. You know what you know. And you can share that information with somebody and change their whole situation. Because to you, I got all these things. But guess what happens when you talk about your stuff to people? They be like, wow. And you be like, To you is nothing, but to them is something amazing. Come share. So go ahead and scan that barcode or go to our website, and there's a link on our contact card that says be our guest. Listen, we here for you. We want you to share your knowledge. We believe in what you have going on. We believe in who you are. And we believe that you have something to contribute to our community. Our community is waiting on you. All right. So I just want to put that out there. You be lying saying you don't have no support. You're going to be lying saying they just, if you don't do this and if you ain't this and they only want the people. Nope. Here, important people get on my nerves. Everybody is important. Folks who think they so more important than other people, that's a problem for me. All right. Go ahead.
So looks like everybody responded. She said, I was able to prepare a strategy of things I need to get done to begin moving forward in my business this week.
This week, three.
Act.
Uh-huh.
Then study, then makes shifts as needed.
Uh-huh.
Thanks to you teaching me to mind my business. Got that part.
Okay. Well, thank you so much for sharing.
Right.
Thank you so much for sharing. Do the hand, give me a thumbs up emoji if you can relate to that. Or you either know somebody that complained that they don't have support, or you have felt like you didn't have support. Because I know I felt like that was part of why I created this show. That's why I did it.
What's that? Pastor McLean used to say, if somebody don't give you a
platform,
make one.
Mm-hmm. She just Tasha just shared something.
Let's see. That's a big thing for me. I'm working on not being a perfectionist and getting out of my own head. In the past, I allowed that to get in the way, and it led to procrastination and less execution. Yeah.
Yep.
That procrastination is a real booger. I used to deal with that a lot years ago, and I've gotten way, way better with conquering procrastination. But you know what I come to find out about procrastination? Procrastination is there's always an underlying something for something else. And a lot of times when I found with me, when I started thinking about the reasons why I would procrastinate in certain things, it was always like a root. It was a root cause for that, you know, whether it was lack of confidence or and then this was the new one that this is when I had got. I told Arletha that I was some people deal with the whole being afraid that they will fail. My fear was a fear of succeeding. And I'm like, I wasn't the person like, but what if I do it and I don't make it? The thing that scared the heck out of me was, what if I do it and it works? You know? And then that led to, well, if it wind up working, then that means then there is a level of accountability that was going to come with that. And it was like, dude, are you ready? Are you ready for that level of accountability? And to be honest, I was not ready. I wasn't ready for that level of accountability. I wasn't ready for the level of responsibility that if I step out and do this, I'm going to have to keep doing it. And I will say this myself. I was somewhat funny acting, you know, because I love people and I didn't always have a pastor's heart, though. God gave me that when I said yes to pastoring. But I didn't mind. I'll do whatever it is that I need to do to be down. If my wife had an ideal about helping people or want to do this, I'll be down for it. But when I get done, I'm that type of person where I will go and I've been like this since I was a kid. I like to play by myself. I had my own action figures. I didn't want to play with none of my cousins. Actually, I had my own imagination. And I brought that into my adulthood to where I will help you. But sometimes I want to go in a corner. And I means to sit over there and don't say nothing. And I mean for don't nobody say nothing to me, you know. So with that whole thing about stepping out and what if it works? Because now if it works, you're obligated to be there. You're obligated to show up every week. Like in this instance, showing up every week, it got to be something beyond yourself. It got to be because you really do have a heart to want to help somebody else. Mm-hmm. And then that's one of those things that will try that to fight against procrastination. See what it is that you would do, how it could benefit somebody else. Kind of get outside of yourself. And if it benefits other people, that should make you feel good. Now, if it don't make you feel good, helping somebody else feel good, then you got other problems. And I charge $150 an hour.
Uh-oh. So, guys, Miss D is in the house.
She's in the building. We got to do hand claps.
Yes. Hey! So, see, y'all, we're going to have sound effects in a little bit. So, what we're going to have to do, guys, so we can transition, we're going to play that video again. That way you can kind of look around in there again. Or just go over to the store and scroll around a little bit, and we will be right.
You're going to do it from the side this time, right?
Yes.
Okay.
So give me a moment. It's not over there.
It's not?
Yeah.
What?
Okay. So what I'm going to do is this. We'll be right back. All right. There we go. So can you guys hear us pretty good?
We are back.
We are back. Y'all let us know y'all can hear us before Ms. D go into spilling all the tea.
All the tea.
All right. Travis, are you not on comments? That's why you are in. Okay, I'm supposed to be over here.
You got one job.
Yep, I have one job. All right, guys. So I'm going to assume we can be heard. Tasha or Rabaya or Miss Diane, can one of you guys let us? Yes, we can hear you. Perfect, perfect, perfect. All right. So we have Miss D. Miss D Walton. We're going to allow her to tell us about what she has going on and her experience, her background, to let y'all know why she can drop these nuggets that she's going to drop on you today. Go ahead, Miss D.
All right, so I am Dee Walton. I am a realtor local to the DFW area. I am born and raised in Oklahoma, and I actually moved to Dallas right after college. And I, for many years, was an HR business professional. So that's what I have my degree in. I'm PHR certified, and I kind of took a couple years, 15, to actually kind of ride the corporate ladder, if you will. So most of my experiences in corporate America, and it's interesting because my transition into entrepreneurship, I've taken a lot of what I learned in corporate and kind of utilize that as transferable skills, if you will. But yeah, so I moved to Dallas right after college. One of my first jobs, I was a claims adjuster for a few years before I got into HR. And then ever since then, I've been in HR. My latest, before I got into real estate, I was an HR business partner for Raytheon, which is a Fortune 500 company here in the DFW area. So, yeah, so that's kind of a little bit about my background. I'm a graduate from Oklahoma State University. I am a member of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated.
All right.
Right. And so, yeah, that's kind of a little bit about me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Welcome. Thank you so much. And I was so excited about you coming because after you were highly recommended after Shelyna had her emergency, and then to find out the connection, I'm like, oh yeah, this is perfect. This is perfect. So we wanted to jump into what are those secrets that they don't teach in real estate, because I know that it's sliding, I think, because of my hair. But I know I used to think about getting into real estate. I even went as far as signing up. And then at that time, the test seemed real intimidating. And when, as we were just talking, when you have so much ambition, you just go kind of find something else to do. But I always said if I sold houses, I wanted to sell like $1 million house. I wanted to sell a big home. And I used to ask questions, and people, either they didn't know or they didn't want to tell me, how do you get into that sector? And my question was, okay, do I have to do this first? You know, maybe sell on this level first before I can sell, you know, the more, I don't know what you call it, more luxury homes. Yeah. Or can I just go in that direction and start preparing the path that way? Do you know I could never get an answer?
Yeah, real estate is one of those industries where people don't tend to share, because if I was to start a bakery or a restaurant or a barbershop, those people would probably share, right? If I know a friend who was starting her bakery business, and she had a lot of bakers that would pour into her and mentor her. And so I will say that real estate is kind of unique in that way, where everybody kind of views you as a competitor. So if you're asking questions, you're like, oh, you could be a competitor of mine. But I want to kind of segue that into giving a shout out to Shelyna. Yes. I know that she's not here today. I hope that she's online. But Shelyna was absolutely a huge key into my business and my success. She was one of my first mentors when I was at Keller Williams. And so right off the bat, coming across people that were willing to share, and Shelyna was one of them. Yes. And then Shelyna and I also entered into the Goldman Sachs program. So we have a connection through various ways. So I want to give a shout out to her because she's amazing. Yes, she is. But to your question, as far as like, do people share? It is hard to get that information, and I have found that it's been really important to find people who are collaborative, and they don't think of you as a competitor.
Mm-hmm.
They don't think of you like, oh, you could be stealing business from me, but they understand that there's enough business to go around for everybody, right? So that's been really important. And it's not easy to do. You have to kind of be strategic in making connections and growing relationships in order to find those people in the industry that will share, will collaborate, and will mentor you. And I've actually been lucky enough to kind of find those women.
Well, that's a blessing. So
Then you're getting a little shout out from Shelyna. She's watching. She said, "Thank you. You stepped in when needed."
Yes.
Yes, we
And
love her.
she adores you.
Yes, my experience is the same with Shelyna.
Yes.
We were in the same cohort,
Oh.
cohort 23.
Yay.
And so same experience.
Yes.
And I mean, she's like a resource center.
Yep.
So you need anything, like after if you think about it and can't figure out, check Shelyna, I guarantee you she got people.
Absolutely.
So
Absolutely. I met Shelyna when I was at Keller Williams. We were on a Zoom call training. And I was being mentored by another lady in the office. And Shelyna always be on the calls, and she was full of energy and just sharing knowledge. And I was like, I want to mentor with her. Literally text her and was like, how can I mentor with you? And from there on, I even followed her over to EXP. I'm with a different brokerage now, but I did follow her over, and she's been super instrumental to my growth. So
awesome. Well, I knew that tonight with you coming, that we will still have the same quality of resources for those that are looking to get into real estate or some questions answered. But I would love to know, as far as a question that I always had that I have yet to get an answer, even though I hadn't asked Shelyna this question. So do you have to start with selling smaller homes, or I don't know if they consider regular or traditional homes, before you can do luxury? Or can you just go get credentialed, get your licensing, and aim at the luxury homes?
Yes, you can.
Okay.
Yeah. So I wouldn't consider myself a luxury realtor. It's determined by a price point. And so it's a price point here in the DFW area now that prices have increased a little bit, of about 800,000. And I would say my average price point is around 530, give or take. But the answer to your question is yes, you can actually get licensed and go straight into luxury. But it's a strategy and a relationship that you would have to navigate in order to do that. You do not have to start off with smaller price points.
Oh, okay. And is it, and you don't have to call those names, but it, like you said, you guys come from Keller, and there are some other names. I know one that I've heard that was recommended to me was Champion.
Oh, so Champions is the actual real estate school. It's not a brokerage.
Okay. So I was wondering, like, is it a avenue to go as far as credentialing that's better for? Is it a difference in the credentials? Is it a different in what you learn? What separates the seller from, the sellers from a traditional, if that's a proper thing? How do you even say that? Like you said, you're not a luxury seller. So what would you consider yourself?
I'm a residential realtor.
Residential
realtor. And I work with all price points. So I do have a client right now shopping for $2.2 million home.
Okay.
So what I'm referring to you is on average.
On average.
So you can have a residential realtor who is not necessarily luxury, but they may have $1 million deal here or there.
Oh, gotcha.
Right. So the realtors who consider themselves luxury are doing more of the higher price points. On average, at least that's what they can claim. I have to be honest to you though, luxury is a state of mind as well. So to be honest with you, I don't even know if that's something I even try to strive for. Striving to increase your average price point overall is a business plan and a business strategy. That you can say like, hey, my average price point this year was 530. Next year, I would like that to be 600, 700, so on and so forth. So it is a part of one's business plan, if you will, when you sit down and you kind of go and you look at your goals every year. But at the same time, I know luxury realtors who will still sell a $200,000 home. just
Mhm.
because
Why not?
our business is very relationship based.
Mhm.
Mhm.
And see, you just said something. You said business plan. You said a strategy. And here in My Business Monday, we have a format that we call PASS.
Okay.
PASS. You prepare, you act, you study, and shift. And so in preparing, yep, you come up with this plan. That's the business plan. This is what I want to do.
Mhm.
Act, you go and implement that plan. And then from there, you study what worked, what didn't. Is it what you thought it was?
Yep.
Do you even like doing this? Did it work? Did it produce? Did you hit your projections? Did you produce more? And from whatever that outcome is, you shift and make that adjustment, and you can never fail as long as you pass. PASS. Because sometimes as small business owners, if things are not going as we plan, we automatically think we fail. We're measuring ourselves by other people's business. We're watching things on social media, people questioning certain, asking certain kind of questions, and success is a perception of what success is. So here we teach, if you always have a mentality and a position of past going into any endeavor, you can never fail, because if it didn't work, I anticipated it not working because I set it up to see what worked and what didn't. And so my perception of did it work is different from it. Oh, this thing is really tall. Hold on, y'all. I'm sorry if it's making noise, but it's sliding over my hair. If it worked, if it didn't, even just like today, when I say we were so prepared for today. So every single thing that happened today was completely out of our control, and there was nothing we could have done different, and things still just went the way they were. But in the process of that, we learned several things, and we had to practice and implement certain things within, right? And we still here today, got you here. They're still getting what they were promised. They're going to get some nuggets and some understanding of real estate that they did not have, because that question you just answered for me, I'm telling you, I've asked and nobody ever will really answer it. It was like this vague thing. So you guys heard her. So even in real estate, you still have to PASS to find your place, to find your voice, to find your niche, to find what you're great at. Because we were just having a conversation, like, a lot of us, we do multiple things, and to be able to narrow and bring those things into a focus where you're not doing 50 different services, 50 different, as y'all know, I scaled down a lot of things that was pulling energy, and it wasn't producing, but I didn't look at it as they didn't work. This just wasn't something that it was an idea. I wouldn't have known if I liked it or if it would have worked if I didn't try. Right. So I was able to assess my situation. So that was perfect. And she didn't even know anything about past, but we had to bring it all together. Yes. So we're going to ask her another real estate question. Go ahead, Travis.
So my question is, with all these asking about, can you go in for the luxury homes? What was your reason for going into real estate?
That's such a good question. So I bought my house 8 years ago, and I was a first-time homeowner, and I fell in love with the process. I didn't realize it at the time. It sounds strange. It wasn't because I like houses or anything like that. It was so many things to navigate. And if you think about what I do and what I did in corporate, I was an HR business partner. So same thing, like I'm navigating a lot of things, working with a lot of different type of people, a lot of different leaders. There's so many goals and objectives. And that's kind of what the home buying process kind of reminded me of. So it was always something in the back of my mind. I remember working with my realtor at the time, and I thought I could do what she's doing, but I never pursued it because I was on a corporate America kind of hamster wheel, right? Work, 9 to 5, travel. There's no time to go.
Hold on one second. Y'all killing me with that mic. It's killing my ears. I'm trying to hear. I'm sorry, D.
That's okay.
I couldn't hear anything that you were saying anymore because that mic was like whooping my ears. Okay. Go ahead. We're still working it out.
That's
it's okay.
So yeah, I bought my house, and it was just always something that I left in the back of my mind. That would be something fun to pursue, being a realtor. And it was mostly through my relationship with my realtor and kind of how she helped me navigate the process. And I would always hear about people having really bad experiences with their realtors and just not having a really good home buying process. So some things started to change with my corporate job. We went through a merger. I started getting new management, a lot of changes. And I thought at that time, I'm going to go to real estate school. So it was just something I always had in the back of my mind. And when I had that window, if you will, of time, I went to real estate school. I knocked it out. I knocked the classes out in less than 3 months.
I was going to ask how long is the school anyway? How long is it going?
So it depends on the individual. You know, the state of Texas requires 180 hours of CEs. And with those hours, you can take them online. You can go in classroom or you can go in Zoom. So it's really just depending on your learning preference. Some people can do on demand, some, self-study. That would take me longer, honestly. And some people need to go in classroom and put their face on an instructor. I did Zoom. So I logged on for Zoom classes. You knocked out one a week. And so that's the way I finished my 108 hours.
Wow.
Yeah. So as far as preparation for it, like, do they offer like a prep test, or you just study and boom, go do it?
Yeah, so that is very dependent on the real estate school that you choose, how good they prepare you, I think. And so you mentioned the school that a lot of people here in Texas go to, I think. It's pretty popular. It's called Champion School of Real Estate. And they do prep you.
Okay.
There's a lot of prep tests. The instructors, you get time to ask them questions. So even though it was Zoom, it was still a live instructor. And so you were able to engage not only with the instructor, but engage with the other students that were online. And so there's tests at the end of every class. And then there's a big test that they prepare you for. The other tool that I used when preparing for real estate school was YouTube. Lots of information on YouTube. So if there was a concept that I didn't understand or something I wasn't comprehending, go to YouTube. You would see for free visuals, a little bit more understanding. YouTube was super, super key with getting me prepared for the test.
Okay.
So I tell you what, we're on the road tonight. What we're going to do is we're going to take us a 2-minute break. We're going to send you guys back to we want you guys sharing this tonight. We're sending you back to our merchandise store because we're excited about it. And we want as many people to go over there as possible. So we're going to take a 2-minute break and then we'll be right back. We're going to go ahead and roll that commercial for the merch store. And we shall return.
give advice regarding studying and preparing
For the test.
for the, like, just you talked about, how you were able to achieve your credentials within 3 months. You did talk about the different options, but the route you had to take and just what you experienced from some of your peers. What is something you realize regarding just the preparation phase of becoming a realtor?
Okay, so I think the biggest thing that I realized that I actually did, and that some people who don't do well on the test did not do, was I took the test within a month of finishing school.
Okay.
So a lot of people will take the test and they will wait months they will finish school with all their CEs, which is continuing education, and they will wait months to sit for the test. And so by the time you do that, you lose a lot of information. A lot of it loses you. And so I finished school on, I want to say the end of July that year, and I was tested by August 6th.
Oh, okay.
So I took a month to refresh my memory with the content, go over some retest again, and just constantly reading the material. And then I sat for the test. So I think if there's someone out there that's interested in real estate, I would say take your test within a really short time frame of finishing real estate school.
Okay, absolutely. Somebody said no audio.
We fix
We
Okay, y'all can hear us now?
Dude.
Yeah, you got it.
Okay, perfect. And last thing, what would you tell that person who took the test several times and failed and they're just discouraged, but they can't shake doing real estate, but they failed and they're just kind of in that place?
Yeah, man, that's such a good question, because I was determined to pass the first time.
Okay.
Because it costs money.
Okay.
Every time you sit for that test, that's a $250-ish pop.
Oh my.
And so, but if you continue not to have success on the test, but you still feel like real estate is something you want to do and you have passion, just keep doing it. I don't know how many times Jordan was probably denied, right? To play when he was in high school, right? How many times Oprah was told no. So just keep trying.
What you just said was go revisit the study phase of past. Go back to what worked, what didn't. What could I do different?
Yes.
What did I miss? Or did I just not miss it? It is what it is. Oh, now I have a different perspective, a different understanding. So that's what I'm hearing.
I would hope by the time somebody's sitting for a real estate test, they've at least finished high school. And so I would hope that they have a little bit of an idea of what kind of learner they are, because everybody's different. Are you visual? Are you audio? Do you need to repeat? Do you need index cards? Like, what is your learning way? And really do that for real estate school. Okay. So I know how I like to learn is to listen, right? And then I'm not really a reader of material very much. I like to listen and kind of internalize, and then I like to visualize. So I knew that about myself. So knowing how you learned when you were in high school, when you took tests in undergrad, or whatever that case may be, utilize that same strategy for the real estate exam.
That was good. All right. We're going to move to the next question, Travis.
I think we actually got them all, but
it was one.
No, because you asked her, what did she, like, basically what was the biggest lesson she learned since she'd been in there?
No, I asked her as far as when she got school. But so just as a whole, your full career, what is one of the biggest lessons you've learned? Yeah.
So to kind of even go back to the other one of the things that I wanted to make sure, especially for those who are listening, who want to pursue specifically real estate, is that real estate has this sexy kind of glamorous look about it. The media does that, right? You got Selling Sunset, Million8 Real Estate Agent, all these different TV shows that I think give real estate this kind of glorious and sexy vibe to it. That ain't real estate.
Real estate ain't sexy.
What you see on social media is pretty and it's fun and it's a photo. Like I can't tell you how many times I've talked to realtors and they're like, "Oh, I need to get my photo shoot." I'm like, that is the last thing you need to worry about is your photo shoot, but that's what they see online. And so a lot of times when I meet people and they're like, oh, I'm interested in real estate, the first thing I say is, do you understand that you're about to become a CEO of a company? Right? Like, you're not just opening doors. In fact, I've sold several houses that I didn't even see because I run a real estate business, right? So people don't think that when they look at social media, when they look at the TV, they have a completely different version of what real estate is. They think I'm just going to sit for the test and I'm going to start opening up doors for people. No, you are now the CEO of a business and you are in charge of marketing. You are in charge of sales. You are in charge of operations. You are in charge of customer service. And if you don't have those things in order, you will not do well, honestly. And give yourself some grace because it does take some time to learn those things. It took me a year to put systems in place. Like, I was still selling real estate, but to really refine what I was doing for my clients, to get repeat business, that kind of thing, I had to go into operations for a full year. It took me a year to build out my website, a year to do YouTube, a year, you know what I'm saying? Like, you really have to invest that time. So with that mindset of like, no, I'm the CEO of a company, you got to start your LLC, you got to pay Uncle Sam. Like, you're running a business. You are 1099 to a brokerage. They don't care about you, your production, what you do, if you sell, if you don't sell. They're going to collect that money, but you are your own entity. So with that in mind, one of the biggest mistakes and lessons that I learned, because I was a new entrepreneur, was spending money where it don't need to be spent. And I'm giving myself grace because I think a lot of entrepreneurs do this. I don't think real estate is special in that area. But there is definitely a lot of money on programs, ads. Like, I probably spent $20,000 in Facebook ads and never converted a lead. Right? Biggest learning lesson. Huge learning lesson. And there would be a lot of agents who wouldn't be honest and transparent about that. But I tried it out, right? Because I know that when I was getting started, there was a lot of Facebook ad being ran, and a lot of trainings on that and how to convert those leads. And I went all in, especially when I left my job. I was like, okay, well, I'm going to try this out. Didn't convert a lead. Probably $20,000 in the hole from running Facebook ads. And that wasn't the only one. There's definitely other. When you become a realtor, you get attacked by marketing and programs and masterminds and trainings and this and that. And it is really hard, especially if you are hungry for business, not to respond to some of that stuff. They call it the shiny object syndrome. And you'll hear a lot of realtors say, don't do it. And I did too. And it's hard not to when you want business. You need to fill up your pipeline. So I would say that that's the biggest lesson that I've learned was where to invest my money, right? Unfortunately, even though it's a big lesson that I learned, you have to make the mistake in order to learn it. So like, even me telling people not to do it, they're still gonna do it. There's really, you know what I mean? Like, there's still lessons. Like, you can tell a kid, don't touch that stove, but they have to touch it in order to like really know. Right.
Once they
just
know,
hearing it, right? And so it's the same thing. Even though there's a lot of things that other entrepreneurs who have good experience, long-term experience, can pass off to us verbally and say, don't do that. There's still going to be some things that you do anyway, just because you need to learn for yourself. And that's okay. That's what they don't tell you as entrepreneur, that's okay.
I love that because I talk a lot about making mistakes and remembering what it feels like. I'm not the one that, don't feel bad. No, don't go into depression. But remember how dumb that felt. Remember how sad you felt. Remember how taken advantage of you felt. Because we don't get burned by fire often. You know why? The very thing. We got burned. And so by fire, we don't get burned that often. But we constantly throw ourselves into these situations out of desperation. Like you said, these people come in and because you're in a hole or you're desperate for sales, you keep thrusting yourself into these situations and you're not stepping back and assessing what's working and not working. And come to a conclusion, and before you know it, some people, they are committing entrepreneurial suicide before they realize what's actually happening because their perception of failure. Because I don't want everybody to know I just put this out there. People gonna think. No, pass. Go skip to that study part and assess. Is this working? Is it not? You guys heard her say something. Operation, systems, and processes. That's a space that I occupy. Operation, systems, and process, workflows, and conflict resolution.
Yep.
Because I have a lot of my clients, they have ideas, they providing services, but they don't have those pieces. And the whole is a nightmare.
Yeah.
So my job, I come in, I help you sort those thoughts out, connecting dots, quit functioning as a what they call it, a side hustle, and get you to operate as a business to transfer to a company.
Right.
Because I didn't realize until Goldman Sachs that I was operating my business and I was self-employed. I was not operating as a CEO. I wasn't delegating. I wasn't stepping back, and I'm thinking I need all these systems, and I got systems 2 years ahead of where I was financially because I want to be ready, stay ready, so you ain't got to get ready.
Yes.
And I'm like, girl, get rid of this. When I got done consolidating, I had $1,200 worth of subscription type stuff to get rid of, and memberships and stuff to get rid of. That same thing. But I thank God that I didn't have the mindset that I'm failing. No, this is stepping back and assessing what's working and what's not. And don't go beat yourself up and worry about what people are thinking, because baby, they got something going on over there. They don't want nobody to know. And you're transparent about it. I can say I wasted $20,000.
Right. And probably a few more on other classes and courses and masterminds and trainings that the real estate and realtors do get. There's a joke that actually says if you want to make money in real estate is sell things to realtors. Because they will buy courses. Say that again.
Y'all listen to this. That was deep right there. Say that again.
Kind of a running joke in the industry. If you want to make money in real estate, sell something to realtors.
Now, they ain't going to tell you that.
Nope.
In real estate school.
Nope.
Okay.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes. Wow. So it's a huge industry, and some of it is good stuff. So I've purchased some programs that Shelyna has done. She does an annual business planning every year for realtors that is just awesome. You know, I always invest in that. There's a couple of I have my own business coaching, right? For my business, I invest in that. You know, I have good systems and tools like a CRM. I have a transaction coordinator. I invest into showing agents because I need people to show houses if I'm not available. So there are some programs out there that are worth it. So I don't want to say don't invest in your business, because that is not, you want to invest in your business. Any business you have to invest in. If you opened up a restaurant, you got to buy refrigerators and food and, you know, hire staff. And so as a realtor, it's the same thing. You have to invest. A lot of times people think that they can just kind of start making money off the bat, and that's not true. Real estate school in and of itself is $1,000 before you even start making money, right? So I don't want to give a bad name to all things that are being offered to us, because there are some really quality stuff out there, but there's a lot of crap. A lot of crap, and sometimes you have to weed through it in order to understand what's valuable to your business.
And I know you are not getting paid for this, but those few things that you named that you're currently using, and then that last one really was interesting to me. But do you mind just repeating some of the things that you are investing in? And even though you're not saying all of them specific names, at least they know these are some things I need to go research and look into.
I will say when I started selling real estate, I was still working my 9 to 5. I did a 6-month transition, and I immediately hired a transaction coordinator.
What's that?
A transaction coordinator is somebody who handles the paperwork when you go under contract.
Oh, okay.
So once I have a seller or a buyer that signs a contract, and now we're getting ready for closing, I always hired a transaction coordinator. So you talked about leverage, and I did that from the beginning because you pay them at closing.
Okay.
So it's an investment, but it's an investment that comes directly off my commission.
Mhm.
So if I'm earning a $10,000 commission, that $200, $300 that I pay the transaction coordinator is well worth it.
Gotcha, yes.
So they're handling all the paperwork. They're collecting signatures. They're making sure we're meeting the timelines. They're kind of like your assistant, but for that contract.
Mhm.
So they're not the assistant for your business. They're assistant for that contract. And once that contract is done,
That's it.
I also invested in showing agents.
Showing agents.
Yeah. So, and I want to say that's something that's probably a new phenomenon in the last 5 years. Like if I talk to some of my colleagues that have been in the business for a long time, that wasn't really something that was available to them as much unless they ran a team, right? So I operate as a solo agent. So when you are on a team, you have different resources available to you that team lead is given to you. But as a solo agent, I only have the resources that my brokerage may or may not be offering me. So for me, let's say I'm out of town because this Friday I'm going to go see Usher in Vegas, right?
Okay.
So if I have a client that calls and say, I want to go see this house, I'm in Vegas. How do I show them this house? My business doesn't stop. I call a showing agent.
Okay.
So those agents oftentimes will work with the brokerage that you work with, but you can also hire showing agents from other brokerages. And so that is something that I invest in. Often I've sold several homes that I didn't even see to the final walkthrough. And I'm like, oh, this is really pretty. Y'all did so good.
Thank you.
Y'all chose good. It's my first time seeing it. And it's so funny because people are surprised by that. Like, really? You show houses, you sold houses that you never seen? I'm like, yes. The other thing that I think is important to invest into, especially as a realtor, is your CRM. So I know a lot of agents who run their business off of Excel, and if that works for you, then that's great, but that's just not my ministry. And mostly because I need automations. I need some things that gets triggered based on certain things in the contract, and a CRM is probably one of the best investments. Most of the brokerages give them to you for free. But I decided to purchase when I got to a certain level, get one on my own so I can kind of operate
Could you
the way
say
I
what
want.
those acronyms mean?
Yeah, one of our
A
listeners
customer
actually.
relationship management system.
Okay.
Yes, sorry.
Customer
I know.
relationship management system.
Yes.
I didn't even see the question, but
I know some top producing agents though, even at my brokerage, closing 100 deals a year that run their business off Excel. So to each his own, but I do invest in a CRM.
Okay. And that last thing you said was that it? Or that
Transaction coordinator, showing agent CRM. And then I invest in masterminds, coaching, business planning, like those kind of things that are happening in our industry, real estate conferences. They are really valuable and impactful when you go to the right ones.
Okay. Well, you guys can start by going to Tinglin's Consulting and Coaching and Consulting because she has all kind of courses and resources available. So if you want to know of some reliable, replicable programs where you're not getting taken advantage of and it's just some fluff, some stuff you could find on Google or YouTube, holler at Shelyna. She'll get you going in the right direction. I promise you.
Yep.
All right.
We had a comment from one of our guests, Miss Natasha, said, wow, I didn't realize there were so many of the same setup aspects in real estate as other businesses. You ain't lying when you said media makes it look like just showing houses and signing contracts. Thank you for the gems.
Yeah, that ain't it. That is not. Yeah, so I was in Goldman Sachs cohort 24. And even though I run a real estate business, most of our issues and commonalities are the same. I mean, I may not have a product that I'm selling a service, of course. And so were some of my other cohort members, lawyers in my group. I had med spa owners in the group. And so real estate business, whether you run a team or a solo agent or on a team, and other businesses is capital.
Yep.
So that's the biggest difference. You don't need as much capital to run a real estate business. I don't need a brick and mortar. I can run it from my computer. I don't need to buy ovens and refrigerators if I'm opening up a restaurant. I don't need to buy salon chairs or whatever if I'm opening up a barbershop. So you don't need as much capital as other businesses. But that doesn't mean you don't need no capital, because real estate costs money. You have to pay the MLS board fees. You know, even before you get into real estate, you have real estate school, the classes, the tests, the fingerprinting. You know, the state has to validate you're not a felon and all this stuff. And then your signs. A sign costs, you know, $250. And if I got several listings, that's 250 times 7 listings. The super box that sits on the doors for realtors to get it out, that's $200 a pop. The MLS boards cost us money quarterly, right? So if you are in real estate, you have business expenses before you even close a deal. And I don't know if people realize that sometimes.
What's amazing is our guest next week. Her name is Natasha Polk. She's on here. She's going to be here talking about financing and capital, different aspects of that, and business credit, and just financial literacy in that in that context, because she's like the queen of credit. Like, baby, she know how to work it, and she's very diligent in how she uses it. So she's disciplined with it. But I personally know she knows what she's talking about, and she's going to come and share with us next week on that very thing.
Love that. Yes. Because a lot of realtors don't even open up an LLC, you know, and then they get in trouble with taxes. So one of the reasons why I was able to get into the cohort for Goldman Sachs is because I have my own LLC and separate business account, and I was running it like a business kind of early on.
Okay.
So no, we got a question. Do you have to have insurance?
So I don't have to have insurance because I am technically with a broker. So if I have decided to go out on my own and broker on my own, I wouldn't need to have insurance. I'm hoping you're not talking about medical insurance. So in the state of Texas, you have to be a realtor for 4 years and sold X number of units before you can broker out on your own. But most agents partner with the broker, Keller Williams, Remax, Century 21, EXP. The brokerage that I'm with is called Monument Realty, and they actually carry any business insurance or E&O insurance, if you will, that I would need.
Oh, okay. Rabaya had a question?
Well, she actually answered that question already.
Oh, she answered it. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
She answered that question already. So, man, you gave us a lot of jewels. Like,
she did.
You came in and did the thing. But of course, if you want to know more about Miss D. Walton, you can go to her website at dsalesdfw.com. That's DEESELLSDFW.com. Can I say that again? DEESELLSDFW.com. Is that all right?
Yeah, you can also find me on Instagram.
She's on Instagram too. Now you know what I was gonna say, because this about minding your business. But are you serious about going to Usher concert?
Yeah, we leave Friday.
So I just watched the interview with Taj P. Henson. Taraji P. Henson. And she warns about going on stage with him.
Oh.
Yeah. Sometimes the women tend to go up there backwards. Say they just wind up when they get on stage and just start twerking, going backwards. So be mindful of that.
Thank you for that tip. Thank you for that tip. I appreciate it.
So she gave some straight gems, y'all. Some straight gems on tonight at the last minute and came in like a pro.
Listen, y'all mentioned Shelyna's name, Josh's name. I'm like, I'll help out. No problem.
Oh yeah, she texted. She was like, "Look, what do we need to do?" So I really appreciate you. I do believe that for who our audience is, they are individuals just looking for strategy. They're looking for resources, ways to reposition the strategies that they have. And I believe you came and gave some insight on that. Mm-hmm. And sometimes when you don't hear somebody else say it, you're experiencing it and you feel like it's just you, which can send you into a depression.
Right.
Because why me? And you find out like, that's not me. That's normal.
Yes.
That happens. I'm not the only one spend these Facebook ads not turning over for me. Oh, that's normal because it feel like people just not liking my stuff. They just not picking me. But that's normal. And so there's other avenues to take to accomplish and take down Goliath that I don't have to go this route. I feel like you served our community well tonight. And especially at the last minute, got in your car, first of all, got made up doing the contacts, came and her hair was already whipped. I woke up like this, came in here, and just did the doggone thing. So I would love to have you on a less eventful.
Yeah.
Because I do understand that real estate is a whole big, broad conversation that we could not have it in just one conversation. Shelyna was prepared. You didn't have the opportunity. You just here just going off the cuff. Hey, this is what it is. And so we would love to have you back and where you can share more in depth of your services and how they can actually connect with you. And whether it's for to purchase homes or what do they need to do to position themselves to do that or whatever, you know what I'm saying? I would love for them to be able to, and you can come and give more insight on this. So hopefully we can have you back and then we can go into more in depth on that, because this is one of those conversations, and DFW has a lot of people in real estate. My little brother actually is in real estate, and he got properties in multiple states. He travel all the time, so and all you hear is flip house, flip, and it sounds easy, but that thing ain't. And like the transaction, what you call it, the transaction coordinator. That's a term that was new to me.
Oh yeah, there's so many. There's like over, just for one real estate transaction, there's probably about over 25 people who touch a real estate transaction.
Wow.
From the title, escrow officer, the lender's processes, the transaction court, just one file, over 20 something people.
Wow. So y'all hear that? And I got to take advantage of this plug. Fingerprints. She said you got to get fingerprint. I've been telling y'all. So we offer fingerprinting courses. Travis, go on and pop our little
Let me see
thing on up there, that thing right there. So if you are looking for a low startup, self-paced, flexible business to start up, you want to be a solution, because we're like a DMV. People have to come to you because they have to get the services. A fingerprinting business is the route to go. You may have a trucking company, or that you have to get your agents or drivers fingerprinted frequently, and you pay for it, and you want an in-house certified fingerprinting technician. We can get them trained for you. Or you have a fingerprinting business. Somebody sold you a device, didn't tell you how to fingerprint. They just told you how to use the machine. And they gave you a website, and you still don't have a clue of what you're supposed to do.
Right.
I can help you scale your fingerprinting business. So go to onpointalliance.com, because we're one of those 25 people that they have to interact with, not just the sale. I know that's going into the sale, but still we have to be part of their process. And there are countless industries that have to stop by fingerprints to do what they do. So check us out. Also, we have our secret recipes of and overcome. You got to scroll up. Over here, Travis. Let me show you.
I'm not on that screen.
Okay. I was saying it's down there. I had it open.
Oh,
okay.
Over here?
There's a little sliding thing. That's a new feature. Boom.
Go ahead, man.
Yeah. Our book, The Secret Recipes of an Overcomer, How to Transition from Defeat to Victory. I'm still standing 10 toes down on this. Is the first hybrid recipe book of its kind. Okay, because we still have not found a book like this one. So what it includes, the authors are the recipes. We have someone who overcame sex addiction, someone overcame past hurts, overcame obesity, overcame codependency, overcame invisibility, overcome the loss of innocence, overcome a sheltered childhood. So the authors are the recipe. Just like a recipe, They have the ingredients, the characteristics, and the discipline that's required to overcome what they've overcome. And then they give you the directions on how you have to apply those things. And then there's a story. We have strategic workbooks in there. So you may not have someone you can talk to that you're comfortable talking to about what's going on. You're embarrassed, or like some of the people that was in the book, they thought that they would have to wait for certain people to die to tell their story because they didn't want folks mad at them. So they have to, they were silenced because they were afraid. But thank God I was the Lord anointed me to help navigate them in a way that they can maintain the integrity of their story, tell their truth, but remain the superstar and not focus on who did what to them. But they have strategic workbook, a workbook in there that walk you through each person's story, that help you walk through the same thing. And then there's a recipe, an actual recipe inspired by their story. So for example, as a leader, my recipe is love glazed barbecue ribs. Just what the rib represents spiritually and in the natural, and how it protects, but at the same time it's fragile, and just what the rib job is. I felt like that was appropriate for my story. So there's a barbecue rib, a St. Louis style barbecue rib. Okay, let's get it right in there. So each person has a food recipe that's inspired by their story. So listen, you ain't getting now. You just can't buy that at any old store. Now you got to get it directly from each author. So if you scan our barcode, you can get your copy. And if you know one of the authors, because for the sake of time, is the only reason I'm not going to go through each one of them. If you know one of them, get with them directly and get your copy. Okay, so that's all of our announcements for tonight. I think today was fabulous because we learned so much.
Yes, we did.
And nothing, Shelyna is home, safe.
Amen.
She's on here laughing, and bought her a shirt. Okay. So this was a wonderful day.
It really was. And again, we want to thank all of you game changers for watching us on tonight. We're going to reiterate a call to action. Go follow us on all our social media outlets. Share some motivational remarks about your growth, your learning, and improvement. Okay. We don't forget to like, follow, and share. Subscribe. You can. I think I took it away from the top because it was interfering with things. There it is. Scan the barcode at the top of the screen or go click the link in our description. We want you to know that growth doesn't have to be complicated. Sometimes it's just about seeing opportunities where others don't. Success is a journey, not a destination. So keep it moving, keep learning, keep improving. And until next time, we just say, mind your business. Y'all have a great week. Okay. See you next week.